My girlfriend texted, "Pop quiz, do you trust me?" After weeks of suspicious behavior, I replied, "Completely." Then I hired a PI while she thought she was testing me. The photos I sent her parents from her business trip revealed. I, 31 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 28, for 2 years. We don't live together, but we're pretty serious. At least I thought we were. About 6 weeks ago, things started feeling off. Small things at first. She'd get texts and angle her phone away from me. Started password protecting everything when she used to not care. Would leave the room to take certain calls. Classic sketchy behavior, right? But here's the thing. She'd always have an explanation. The texts were from her crazy coworker, who was going through drama. The calls were her mom, who doesn't like talking when others are around. The new passwords? Privacy is important in relationships, babe. Every time I'd get that gut feeling something was wrong, she'd flip it. Make me feel like I was the problem for not trusting her, like I was being controlling or insecure. 3 weeks ago, it escalated. She started having more work dinners and client meetings. She works in pharmaceutical sales, so the client thing is legit, but suddenly she was having them 3-4 times a week. Always dressed up, always came home late smelling like expensive cologne that definitely wasn't mine. I tried bringing it up casually. "Wow, lots of client dinners lately." She got defensive immediately. "Are you serious right now? This is my career, my job. You're really gonna make me feel guilty for working hard?" "I'm not. I'm just what? Accusing me of something? God, I can't believe you don't trust me." That word, trust. She kept weaponizing it against me. 2 weeks ago was when it got really weird. She told me she had a business trip coming up. 3 days to meet with some major clients and attend a pharmaceutical conference. Totally normal for her job. Except when I asked where, she was vague. "Oh, you know, one of those convention centers. Hotel conference situation. Boring stuff." When I asked which hotel so I could send her flowers, trying to be supportive, not suspicious, she said she'd text me the details later. Never did. Then came last Tuesday. The text that made me absolutely certain something was up. It was 2 p.m. I was at work. My phone buzzed. Her pop quiz. "Do you trust me?" Me random question, lol. "What's up?" Her just answer. "Yes or no, do you trust me completely?" I stared at that text for a solid minute, because here's what I knew. Innocent people don't randomly text their partners asking if they're trusted. Guilty people trying to gauge suspicion do. This was a test, but not the kind she thought. Completely. Why? Her? Just making sure. "Sometimes I feel like you doubt me when I talk about work stuff. Wanted to hear you say it." "Never doubt you. You're amazing at your job." "Love you, babe." Business trip this weekend, BW. Leaving Friday morning, back Sunday night, and there it was. The setup. She just created her alibi and checked that I wasn't suspicious. I'd passed her test, which meant she felt safe to do whatever she was planning that weekend. I sat at my desk, staring at that exchange. My hands were shaking slightly, but my mind was crystal clear. If she's testing whether I trust her, it's because she's about to do something that would break that trust. I Googled private investigator and made a call during my lunch break. Update 1. The PI I hired was this no-nonsense woman in her 50s who'd worked fraud cases for 20 years before going private. Let's call her Detective D. She wasn't cheap, $200 an hour plus expenses, but she was exactly what I needed. "I get 3-4 cases like this a month," she told me at our meeting Wednesday evening. "Partner acting weird, suddenly very concerned about trust, big trip planned. You're smart to follow your gut." I showed her screenshots of the texts, gave her my girlfriend's photo, work info, the dates of the business trip. "I need to know what she's actually doing this weekend," I said. "And I need proof." Detective D nodded. "Photo and video documentation, GPS tracking if possible. I'll have a full report, but I have to ask, are you prepared for what I might find?" Honestly, at this point the not knowing is worse. Fair enough. I'll start surveillance Friday morning when she leaves. The next 2 days were torture. Acting normal around her, pretending everything was fine. She'd text me about how stressed she was about the trip, how many meetings she had lined up, how exhausting it would be. Thursday night, we had dinner at her place. She was doing that thing cheaters do where they're extra affectionate before they cheat, like building up credit or something. Kept telling me she loved me, how great I was, how lucky she felt. I smiled and played along. Kissed her goodbye at the door. Have a great trip. Kill it with those clients. I will, baby. Miss you already. Friday morning, Detective D texted me at 8:47 a.m. Target departed residence at 8:15. I'm following. Will update. My girlfriend had texted me at 8:30. At the airport. Wish me luck. Except Detective D's next message at 9:03 a.m. was, she's not at any airport. She just checked into the Riverside Inn downtown, uploading photos to the secure portal now. I opened my laptop, logged into the portal Detective D had set up. And there she was, my girlfriend, pulling a suitcase into a hotel that was definitely in our city. Not at a conference, not at an airport. My phone buzzed. Another text from her. Boarding soon. Phone will be off during flight. I actually laughed out loud. The audacity. Detective D kept sending updates throughout the day. 11:23 a.m. Target left hotel in cocktail dress. Following to upscale restaurant. 12:07 p.m. She's meeting a man, approximately 40 to 45 years old, business attire, affectionate greeting, uploading photos. The photos showed her hugging this older guy, sitting very close at lunch, holding hands across the table. 1:45 p.m. They're going back to hotel together. 3:30 p.m. Target and male companion still inside hotel room, confirming room number. My girlfriend texted me at 3:45 p.m. Conference sessions are so boring. Miss you. At 6:17 p.m. Man departed hotel. Target remained inside, standing by for evening activities. 7 p.m. Target left hotel in different outfit, following to another restaurant. 8:04 p.m. Meeting different man. Younger, approximately 30-35, also very affectionate, uploading photos. Wait, different man? I opened the new photos. Sure enough, my girlfriend was having dinner with a completely different guy. Same intimate body language, same hand-holding. She was literally running the same playbook with two different men in one day. My girlfriend texted at 8:30 p.m. Networking dinner with boring pharma people. Call you when I'm back at hotel? Sure, babe, have fun. She never called. Detective D's update at 10:45 p.m. Target and second male companion entered hotel together. Separate room from this afternoon's companion. They're both staying at the same hotel. I have room numbers. Saturday was a repeat performance. Different outfits, same two men, same routine. Breakfast with guy 1, afternoon activity with guy 2, dinner with guy 1 again. My girlfriend was working some kind of rotation system. Sunday morning, Detective D sent her full report. It was devastating and darkly impressive. Guy 1, the older one, had paid for all meals, handed her shopping bags, paid for the hotel room. She called him baby multiple times. Detective D had gotten video with audio from the restaurant. Guy 2, younger one, also paid for everything. Gave her what looked like jewelry at dinner, paid for his own hotel room at the same hotel. My girlfriend had texted both of them using the same terms of endearment she used with me. Had kissed both of them. Had spent private time in hotel rooms with both of them. She'd literally scheduled her business trip to juggle 2 other relationships in the same city where I lived. Detective D's conclusion: your girlfriend is maintaining at least 3 relationships simultaneously, likely for financial benefit. Both other men appear unaware of each other, and presumably of you. This is a pattern behavior, not a one-time incident. Recommend immediate confrontation with documentation. My girlfriend texted Sunday at 5 p.m. Flight landing soon. Can't wait to see you. She was still at the hotel. I had the GPS data proving it. I didn't respond to that text. Instead, I did something I'd been planning since Saturday. I opened my contacts and found her parents' number. Her dad is this super traditional religious guy. Her mom is a sweet woman who thinks her daughter is an angel. They'd had dinner with me a month ago and told me how happy they were she'd finally found a good man who treats her right. I composed an email, subject line, about your daughter's business trip. Body: I'm sorry to send this, but you need to know what she's really been doing this weekend. I hired a private investigator after suspicious behavior. These photos are from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She told me she was at a pharmaceutical conference. As you can see, that was a lie. I attached 12 photos, her with guy number 1, her with guy number 2, timestamps visible, kissing both, holding hands with both, entering hotel rooms with both. I attached the full PI report as a PDF. I hovered over the send button for maybe 10 seconds, then I sent it. My phone rang almost immediately. Her dad. Is this real? Yes, sir. Every photo is time-stamped and verified. I hired a licensed private investigator. The full report is attached. Silence. Then I heard him say something away from the phone. Her mom's voice in the background, rising in pitch, then crying. We're gonna handle this, he said, his voice shaking with rage. Thank you for telling us. I'm so sorry. He hung up. My girlfriend texted at 6:30 p.m. Home, coming over. I didn't respond. She called at 7 p.m. I didn't answer. She called again at 7:15 p.m. Then 7:30 p.m. At 7:45 p.m. she texted, Babe, what's wrong? Why aren't you answering? At 8 p.m., did I do something? At 8:30 p.m., starting to worry, please just tell me what's going on. At 9 p.m., her dad must have called her, because my phone exploded. 23 calls in 15 minutes. What did you do? Why would you send that to my parents? You had me followed? This is insane. Call me right now. I blocked her number. Then I went to bed, slept like a baby for the first time in 6 weeks. Update 2 Monday was chaos. I woke up to 68 missed calls from unknown numbers. She'd been calling from different phones all night. My email had 3 messages from her. 1 begging me to talk to her. 1 accusing me of violating her privacy and threatening legal action. 1 claiming the PI photos were taken out of context and she could explain everything. I deleted all 3 without responding. But here's what I didn't expect. Her best friend showed up at my apartment at 7:30 a.m. I opened the door in my pajamas, coffee in hand. We need to talk, she said, pushing past me into my apartment. Good morning to you too. Do you have any idea what you've done? Her parents kicked her out. She's staying on my couch. She's a mess. I took a sip of coffee. She's a mess? She was literally dating 3 men at once and lying to all of us. She wasn't dating them. God, you don't understand anything. Then explain it. Explain how kissing 2 different men and spending nights in their hotel rooms while texting me about being at a conference isn't cheating. Her best friend's face went red. Those men were helping her. Helping her what? With money, for her business idea. She's been talking to investors. I actually laughed. Investors who she kisses and sleeps with? That's called escorting, not networking. You're disgusting. She loved you. It was complicated. Pop quiz, I said, echoing my girlfriend's text. Do I look like I care? Her parents won't speak to her. Her dad called her a disgrace. Her mom is crying nonstop. You destroyed her family. No, she destroyed her family by lying to everyone, including them. I just showed them the truth. You could have talked to her first, confronted her privately. But you went nuclear and sent everything to her parents? That's cruel. She texted me asking if I trusted her while planning to cheat on me with 2 other guys. She lied about a business trip. She manipulated me every time I questioned anything. So yeah, I sent proof to her parents. They deserve to know who their daughter really is. She needs those men. One of them was going to invest $50 in her business. What business? She hesitated. Her wellness coaching thing. She doesn't have a wellness coaching business. She works in pharmaceutical sales. She was going to start one. That's why she needed the money. So she was scamming these guys too. Got it. Her best friend stood there, opening and closing her mouth like a fish. She wants her stuff back, she finally said. From here. What stuff? Her toothbrush, her extra clothes, her... Already boxed up, it's by the door. I pointed to a small box I'd packed Sunday night. A toothbrush, 1 hoodie, some makeup she'd left behind. That's it. That's all? We didn't live together. That's all she left here. She grabbed the box. You're a cold person, you know that? I'm a person who hired a professional to confirm what my gut already knew. If that makes me cold, I'm fine with it. She slammed the door on her way out. At work, I got an email from my girlfriend's personal email account. I know you're angry. I know I messed up, but sending those photos to my parents was beyond cruel. They're not speaking to me. My dad called me a whore. My mom won't stop crying. My whole family knows now because my aunt saw my mom crying and got the story. I'm humiliated. I've lost everything. And for what? Because I was trying to secure funding for my future? Those men meant nothing to me. You were the one I actually loved, but you couldn't even give me a chance to explain. You just destroyed my entire life. I hope you're happy. I wrote back 1 line. Pop quiz. Do you trust me when I say I don't care? Completely. Then I blocked that email too. By Tuesday, the situation had evolved in ways I didn't anticipate. My girlfriend's mom called me from a blocked number. I answered because I figured it might be work-related. "Sweetheart?" Her mom's voice shaky and tear-strained. "Yes, ma'am? I wanted to apologize. For my daughter, I raised her better than this. I don't know where we went wrong, but this is not the girl I thought I knew." "You don't need to apologize for her choices, ma'am. Her father he's devastated. We had no idea. She introduced us to you, and we thought she was finally settling down with a good man. We were planning to help with a wedding, eventually. And now we find out she's been lying to us, to you, to these other men. It's like I don't even know my own daughter." I felt bad for her mom. She really didn't deserve this. "I'm sorry you found out this way," I said, "but I thought you deserved to know the truth. You did the right thing. Her father is too angry to say it, but you did the right thing. She needs to face consequences for once in her life. We've always bailed her out, fixed her problems. Maybe that's why she thought she could do something like this." After we hung up, I felt this weird mix of vindication and sadness. Not for my girlfriend, she'd made her choices, but for her parents, who genuinely seemed blindsided. Wednesday brought the legal threat I'd been half expecting. A letter from a lawyer claiming I'd violated her privacy rights by hiring a PI and sharing the photos without consent. Demanding I pay $15,000 in damages for emotional distress and reputational harm. I forwarded it to a lawyer friend. He called me back laughing. "This is total garbage. Private investigators are legal. You had reasonable suspicion. The photos were taken in public places and hotel lobbies. You shared them with her parents, not social media. She has no case. This is just intimidation." Should I respond? Nope. Let her waste money on a lawyer who's feeding her false hope. If she actually files anything, which she won't, we'll destroy it in court. You have documentation that she lied about her whereabouts. That's fraud in a relationship context. Thursday, I got a text from guy number 1, the older investor type. Somehow my girlfriend had given him my number. "I don't appreciate you destroying my relationship. She told me you two had broken up months ago. She said you were stalking her and trying to sabotage her business ventures. I've already invested money in her future. If you contact her or me again, I'll be calling the police." I screenshot the message and sent it to Detective D. She called me immediately. "Want me to inform him he's one of 3? Please." An hour later, I got another text from guy number 1. "Holy crap, I'm so sorry. She told me. I had no idea. Can you send me that PI report? I need to see what else she's been lying about." I sent him the relevant portions. He called me. "I gave her $30,000, he said, his voice hollow. "She said it was for a wellness coaching certification program and startup costs. She showed me a business plan and everything." There is no wellness coaching business. I know that now. God, I'm an idiot. I'm married. My wife is going to, if she finds out. That's your problem, not mine. Can you not mention me to anyone? I already mentioned you to her parents via the PI report. Crap. Okay, I need to talk to my lawyer. He hung up. Friday, exactly 1 week after the business trip, my girlfriend showed up at my apartment building. Security called me. "Sir, there's a woman here demanding to see you. She's pretty upset. Want me to send her away?" "Yes, please." But she must have slipped past security somehow, because 10 minutes later she was pounding on my door. "I know you're in there. Please, we need to talk." I called security. "She bypassed you. She's at my door." "On our way." I didn't open the door, just spoke through it. "You need to leave." "No, not until you hear me out. I can explain everything." "Already heard your explanations. To your best friend, to your parents, to guy number 1, different story every time. Those men didn't mean anything." "Then why did you kiss them?" "Because they expected it, for the money." "So you were escorting?" "No, it was investment. It was business." Business doesn't involve lying to your boyfriend about conference trips while you hook up with sugar daddies. They're not sugar daddies. You're twisting everything. Security arrived. I heard them talking to her. "Ma'am, you need to leave the building." "I live here." "No, ma'am, you don't. This gentleman lives here. You need to leave now or we'll call the police." "Fine, but this isn't over." I heard her footsteps retreating. Waited 20 minutes before leaving my apartment for work. Update 3. Final. It's been 3 weeks since I sent those photos to her parents. Time for the final update because this situation has finally reached its conclusion. Week 2 after the confrontation, things got desperate on her end. She'd apparently exhausted every sympathy play with her friends. Most of them had either heard the full story or seen her increasingly unhinged social media posts about betrayal and privacy violations. Her best friend, the one who showed up at my apartment, actually called me to apologize. I didn't know the full extent of what she was doing, she admitted. She told me she was just having dinner meetings with potential investors. I didn't know about the relationship parts, or that there were multiple men, or that she'd lied to you about a business trip. I'm really sorry I came at you like that. Appreciate that. She's been lying to me too, about a lot of things. I'm done being her excuse. Her family situation deteriorated further. Her parents had apparently started going through her finances after everything came out. They discovered she'd been receiving gifts and loans from various men for over a year, long before she met me. This wasn't a recent thing. This was her pattern. Her dad found Venmo records, Cash App transfers, even old-fashioned checks, thousands and thousands of dollars from men she'd met on dating apps, at work events, through friends. She'd been running this operation like a side hustle. Her mom called me one more time, just to update me. We found out she owes money to 3 different credit cards we didn't know existed. She's been living way beyond her means for years. The pharmaceutical sales job doesn't pay as much as she told us it did. We think most of her income was coming from these arrangements. I'm sorry you're dealing with this. Her father wants her to move out of state, live with his sister for a while, get away from this situation. We can't have her here anymore. Guy 1, the older investor, ended up filing a civil suit against her for fraud. Turns out the business plan she showed him was plagiarized from an actual wellness coaching website. She just swapped in her name and fabricated financial projections. His lawyer sent me a subpoena for the PI report. I complied. Guy 2, the younger one, just ghosted entirely, blocked her everywhere. Smart man. My girlfriend made one final attempt to contact me in week 3. She sent a letter to my apartment, actual physical mail. The letter was 6 pages long, handwritten. Started with apologies, devolved into excuses, ended with accusations. The highlights: I never meant to hurt you. Everything just got out of control. Those men were supposed to be business relationships, but they wanted more, and I felt trapped. I needed the money to maintain the lifestyle you expected me to have. Wait, what? You always wanted me to look good, dress nice, go to fancy restaurants. I couldn't afford that on my salary, so I found ways to make it work. This was wild. She was actually trying to blame me for her scamming operation. If you had been more understanding about my financial situation, I wouldn't have needed to seek help elsewhere. The PI was illegal, and I'm still pursuing legal action. She wasn't. Her lawyer had dropped her. My life is ruined because you couldn't handle the fact that I'm an ambitious woman making business connections. I hope you know that everyone who knows the real story thinks you're controlling and manipulative. They don't, but okay. I loved you. I really did, but you'll never find anyone who loved you the way I did. The letter ended with, I hope someday you realize what you lost. I took a photo of the letter and sent it to her best friend, who was now firmly in my corner, with the caption, "Still playing victim, I see." She replied, "She'll never get it. Save that letter though. It's evidence if she tries anything else." By week 3, the situation had mostly resolved itself. Her family made her move across the country to live with her aunt. Fresh start, they called it. More like exile. Guy number 1's lawsuit was proceeding. Last I heard, she'd have to pay back the $30,000 plus legal fees. No idea how she'd manage that. Her pharmaceutical sales job had terminated her. Apparently word got around about what she'd been doing, and the company didn't want that liability. They claimed it was performance-related. Sure, her old apartment was being sublet because she couldn't afford the lease anymore. As for me, I'm doing fine, better than fine actually. The whole experience taught me something valuable. Trust your gut, but verify the facts. I could have confronted her directly based on suspicion. Instead, I got concrete proof. That proof protected me from her manipulations and gaslighting. When she texted "Pop quiz, do you trust me?" She was testing whether she'd covered her tracks well enough. She thought she had. She was wrong. I trusted my instincts more than I trusted her words, and that made all the difference. A friend asked me last week if I regretted sending those photos to her parents. Not even a little bit, I said. They deserved to know who they were supporting. Plus, it protected them from potentially giving her money for her fake business. But wasn't that kind of extreme? She was running a con on multiple people simultaneously while making me feel crazy for noticing. Extreme was necessary. The truth is, I don't feel guilty. I feel relieved. Relieved that I caught it when I did, before I proposed or moved in with her or combined finances. Relieved that I have proof of everything so nobody can rewrite history. Relieved that her parents know the truth and aren't being scammed. She made choices. Calculated, deliberate choices. She chose to maintain multiple relationships for financial gain. She chose to lie about business trips. She chose to gaslight me when I questioned her behavior. She chose to test my trust while actively betraying it. I just chose to document it and share the truth. That's not revenge, that's just consequences. My ex will probably rebuild her life eventually. People like her usually do. They find new marks, new cities, new stories to tell. But at least the people in her orbit now know what she's capable of. As for trust, I'll be more careful with it going forward. Not cynical, just realistic. Trust is earned through consistent behavior, not demanded through manipulation. And if someone ever texts me again asking, "Do you trust me?" while they're acting shady, I'll trust my gut more than their words. Every single time. Final note, someone asked if I ever got an actual apology from her. Nope. Just excuses, justifications, and blame shifting. That told me everything I needed to know. She didn't text me happy birthday last week. First time in 2 years she's missed it. Best gift she could have given me. Honestly. Pop quiz, am I better off? Completely.